on the crosses over there at Arlington, which, I mean, well, it's not going to happen. Now, you're asking the president to declare eminent domain. In other words, to take over that piece of space. And why do you think that will help you?
What it'll do is it'll stay the court order that within 90 days we have to take that down, because then it becomes federal property, and we simply have no power to do that anymore. They would also maintain the cross, and the federal government has different guidelines about war memorials. They look at how long it's been there. They look at whether it was paid for with private donations, which this was. They also look about what's around it. There's no government buildings. This is simply a war memorial that has a piece of religious symbolism attached to it.
Do you think the president's going to help you out on this?
Well, I think we've got an awfully good chance. Congressman Duncan Hunter from San Diego took this legislation forward. I know we've got some of the other congressional delegation pushing it.
So maybe he'll step in.
From the White House.
Look, you were a cop before you became mayor. Just one simple little question. The people must shake their heads, and if you lose this battle, they're really going to think their government doesn't understand them. Is that what it gets down to?
Well, that's really what it amounts to. San Diegans have overwhelmingly said this is an important part of San Diego.
God, you know, it's such an important part of America, Mayor. Thank you for sharing that cross with us. You keep it up. We'll help you. Thank you very much. Still ahead, a convicted child molester leads authorities on a massive manhunt. A judge gives him a slap on the wrist. The mother of 3 little victims speaks out. This story is unbelievable and outrageous. We'll be back in a second.
We live in a dirty, greasy, grimy world. Not for long. Super clean. Not just clean, super clean.
I won't let health concerns hold me back.
Some multivitamins talk a good game, but Centrum Silver is age-adjusted with high levels of B vitamins, which emerging science suggests may help reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. Centrum Silver, adjusted for your age and your life.
The right software can make any size company more efficient, more agile, more responsive. In short, make your company more. That's why companies that run SAP are 32% more profitable than companies that don't. So the next time you put your company's money into software, choose the software that's most likely to return the favor. SAP.
Ah, isn't it beautiful, McQueen?
Yeah, Sally, it sure is.
Wow, love those curves.
So do I.
I meant the road.
Come on, I'm just having a little fun.
Hello. Sure is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's breathtaking.
With the new Fun Collection from Hertz, the fun you reserve is the fun you'll drive. Reserve the make and model you want and see Cars, the new Disney Pixar film, only in theaters.
Are we still talking about the scenery?
I'm just having a little fun.
A credit card with a savings account.
I could use that. It's great because last year we only saved...
Not enough.
With One from American Express, you can save for the future every time you spend. Just call 1-800-297-SAVE to apply. Every time you use it, we'll deposit 1% of what you spend into a high-yield savings account in your name. And with a current yield of 4.0%, your money can keep growing.
You don't have to think about it. It's painless saving.
Every time we spend, we also save.
You can add extra money to your account to make it grow even faster. Plus, you'll get the flexibility to pay over time. And you'll enjoy your first year fee-free.
We needed a better way to save, and we've got one.
One from American Express, the one with the savings account. Apply now and we'll deposit $25 into your account with your first purchase. Call 1-800-297-SAVE or apply online.
Duke Lacrosse update. Have police botched the case? We exposed the explosive new crime scene evidence that has the defense on the offense. Where is this investigation headed? Get the latest. Compelling cases, insightful analysis. Don't miss a minute of the lineup. This weekend, she's changing the face of education and literacy in America. Now, in a candid interview, Laura Bush reveals her plan to rebuild Gulf Coast schools devastated by Katrina, plus a rare look inside the White House on a special edition of Fox News Sunday.
In the back of the book segment tonight, Bill's Factor exclusive with a Massachusetts mother of 3 kids. molested by 56-year-old Glenn Wheeler. This guy served 5 years in prison. He admitted to molesting a total of 7 kids. When he got out, he violated his probation in a bunch of different ways and fled the state, launching a massive manhunt. They eventually found him, and the DA, believe it or not, asked for 10 years in prison, but Judge John McCann refused to send him back to jail. Here's how the mother of 3 little victims responded to this crazy
I'm really
ruling.
sorry for your kids. How did this all happen?
Well, this began because our children had friendships with their children. My husband and I knew Mr. and Mrs. Wheeler for quite some years before each of us had children, and we came to know them well, and eventually allowed our children to play at their house, and they allowed their children to play at our house.
And then what did Wheeler do to your kids?
Well, apparently it seemed to happen almost from the beginning when our children were allowed to go over there. It started with our oldest child being fondled over and under the clothes, and because she was the oldest, she was the only one going there at the time to play with his oldest. This went on for a period of about maybe 6 or 7 years.
And she never said anything?
We had no idea.
She never said anything?
No.
All right.
She never said anything. She was 5 at the time. I'm not sure she knew exactly what was happening, and if she thought that just this was something that was happening when she went to this particular house and didn't realize that this was wrong.
All right. And then your other 2 children, he molested them as well?
Yes. When our middle daughter was old enough to go over and play, probably at about age 4, and join her sister and their oldest daughter, he started doing the same thing to her. And then as time went on, judging by what she has disclosed to us, what he was doing escalated and became more severe.
All right. Now, you finally found out about it how?
Well, our middle daughter, when she was 10, in a conversation she and I were having about going through puberty, about menstruation, about pregnancy, and I thought it was a great conversation, and she just looked over at me and said that there was something she wanted to tell me, and she told me that every time that she went to this particular house that Glenn, and she called him Glenn, liked to see her naked.
Now, Wendy, we're time crunched here. Can you explain McCann, the judge, at all to us? Can you put him into any kind of perspective?
Look, here's a judge who serves the public's interest. Many people have said to him, explain yourself. You cannot get away with this. A predator? No jail time? This is the kind of guy that if he spits on the sidewalk, you grab him and lock him up because you know he's going to hurt another kid.
That is it for us today. As always, I want to thank you for watching The Factor, and I hope you'll remember my show, Heartland. It's Saturday nights at 8 right here on Fox. And folks, I also want to tell you about my new book. It's called Stand for Something, The Battle for America's Soul. You know, it's not a political book, but rather one that encourages us not to sell out our character and integrity for success and money. I believe there's a battle being fought in America today against those who choose to sell out their character and integrity to get ahead. I hope you'll check it out. It's a message for you, and it is a message for your kids. Hannity and Colmes is next. I'm John Kasich reporting for Bill O'Reilly. Hope to see you again the next time. And remember, that old spin stops right here. Good night, folks.
This is a Fox News alert. Defense attorneys in the Duke lacrosse case claimed just moments ago that the DNA results from the second round of testing are not conclusive. Defense attorneys also said tonight that DNA material from multiple individuals was found on a fingernail of the accuser taken from a trash can in the bathroom where the alleged rape occurred. Defense attorneys also said that there's evidence that the accuser had sex with an individual male, but that person was not a member of the Duke lacrosse team.
So if there's a story about this DNA report here, ladies and gentlemen, the story is that, yes, this lady had sex with a single male source, but she did not have sex with any Duke lacrosse player.
To Fox's own Megan Kendall and legal analyst for Inside Lacrosse Magazine, former Assistant DA Paul Caulfield. Megan, first to you. Is there any news out of this news conference, or is this just spin from the defense attorneys?
Oh no, there's news. The fact that there is evidence that she had sex with somebody other than